Have you ever wondered if ancient civilizations had contact with beings from another world? What if they left behind proof, a message etched in stone for us to find thousands of years later? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most baffling and controversial archaeological mysteries of all time, the Dropa Stones. Our story begins in 1938, high in the remote Baian-Kara-Ula mountains on the border of China and Tibet. An archaeological expedition, led by Professor Chi Pu-Ti, stumbled upon a series of interconnected caves. Inside, they found something extraordinary. Neatly arranged rows of skeletons, small and frail, with unusually large skulls. But that wasn't the most shocking discovery. Buried alongside them were hundreds of stone discs, each about a foot in diameter, with a hole in the center. At first glance, they looked like ancient records, but upon closer inspection, they were unlike anything seen before. Each disc was inscribed with a continuous spiral groove, starting from the center and spiraling out to the edge. It wasn't writing as we know it, but a series of tiny, intricate hieroglyphs. What message did these strange discs hold? Who were the people buried with them? The mystery had just begun. For years, these stones, which came to be known as the Dropa Stones, sat in storage, baffling experts. Then, in the 1960s, a researcher named Dr. Sum Nui supposedly took on the monumental task of deciphering the strange script. What he claimed to have found was nothing short of world-shattering. The hieroglyphs told an incredible story of an alien spacecraft that crash-landed in the Baian-Kara-Ula Mountains 12,000 years ago. According to this translation, the beings on board were called the Dropa. Unable to repair their ship, they were stranded on Earth. They tried to live peacefully with the local Ham tribe, but were initially hunted and feared due to their strange appearance. Eventually, the two groups learned to coexist. The translation allegedly ended with a lament. The Dropa couldn't leave. Their descendants were trapped on this strange new world. This story sounds like it's straight out of a science fiction movie, right? A crashed spaceship, stranded aliens, and a message left for future generations. The details get even wilder. The stone discs were said to be made of a unique granite, containing high concentrations of cobalt and other metals. When placed on a special turntable, they supposedly vibrated or hummed as if an electric charge were passing through them. The legend of the Dropa Stones spread like wildfire. It was a perfect blend of ancient mystery and modern fascination with UFOs. Books were written, documentaries were made, and the story became a cornerstone of ancient astronaut theories. Proponents pointed to the small skeletons with large skulls as physical evidence of the Dropa people. They argued that local legends in the region spoke of small, yellow-faced people who came down from the clouds long ago. But here's where things get really complicated. As the story grew, so did the skepticism. Researchers and journalists started digging, and they hit one dead end after another. The original expedition leader, Chi Pu-Ti, no record of him exists. The man who supposedly translated the stones, Dr. Sum Nui, he seems to have vanished from history, with no evidence of his existence or his work at the Beijing Academy of Prehistory. His name isn't even a plausible Chinese name. What about the stones themselves? The photos that circulate online are often blurry and inconclusive. Some researchers who tried to see the stones were told they had been lost, destroyed, or were simply never there to begin with. The Banpo Museum in Xi'an, which was said to hold two of the discs, has no record of them. One famous photo often associated with the Dropa Stones was later identified as a Bai disc, a common type of ancient Chinese jade artifact with no mysterious grooves. The story seems to have originated in the 1960s, a time when UFO mania was at its peak. The tale was popularized by authors who may have embellished or even invented details to sell books. The lack of physical evidence, the non-existent researchers, and the inconsistencies in the story all point towards a modern myth. However, the idea of the Dropa Stones continues to fascinate us. Why? Because it taps into a fundamental human question. Are we alone in the universe? The story provides a tantalizing, almost romantic answer. It paints a picture of ancient astronauts not as invaders, but as refugees, trying to survive and leaving a record of their existence for us to find. Even if the story of the translation is a hoax, could there be a grain of truth at its core? Could strange discs have been found in those caves? What about the unusual skeletons? Without access to the original artifacts, it's impossible to say for sure. The Baian-Kara-Ula region remains remote and largely inaccessible, shrouding the truth in even more mystery. The tale of the Dropa Stones serves as a powerful reminder of how easily stories can take on a life of their own. It is a case study in how we interpret the past through the lens of our own beliefs and desires. We want to believe in cosmic connections and ancient secrets. Whether the stones are real artifacts from a stranded alien race or just the product of a vivid imagination, they have carved their own spiral groove into our culture. So what do you think? Are the Dropa Stones a lost chapter of human extraterrestrial history, or one of the greatest hoaxes of the 20th century? Is it possible that the evidence was deliberately hidden to prevent a global panic? Or is it simply a fantastic story that we all wish were true? Let me know your theories in the comments below. The truth, like the grooves on those mythical stones, may be more complex and winding than we can ever imagine. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the mysterious mountains of China. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the unknown. See you next time.